Good afternoon, everybody. Chanelinked here, and today is a halfway to a milestone day. I looked at my odometer, is that what it's called for checking the miles? I looked at my odometer and I am at 299.92. When that hits 300, that means that more or less I will have driven 1,000 miles on the bike under my belt. And I had a goal this year, or a New Year's resolution, of riding, I think it was 2,002 miles, or 2,013 miles. So, did I miss it? Nope, 299.4. So yeah, one of my New Year's resolutions was to ride 2,013 miles. And today, for sure, on this ride, I will reach the halfway point towards that goal. And all I really wanted to do was just reflect back on the 1,000 mile journey that I've taken so far, and hopefully I can say done a somewhat decent job of capturing on video and sharing with the world. And you know, just give some thanks, maybe a couple of shout outs, but just kind of celebrate this half milestone. Uh-oh, where are you going? So anyway, yeah, I'm really excited that I've been riding a motorcycle, finally, because it's been like 10 years since I first said to myself, all right, Larry, start saving some of your grass cutting money for a motorcycle. We're going to make this happen. That was high school, all through high school, all through college, and then into my adult life. All that time, I wanted to get a motorcycle. And I'll tell you this, I didn't think I would be starting with a leader bike. You know, when I was in high school, sure, I wanted the biggest, most badass bike I could find that I could afford. As I got older and I realized, you know, how vulnerable the human species is, I actually wanted the exact opposite of that. I wanted the lightest, most economical beginner bike that I could find. And unfortunately, you know, God and my diet made me so large that a Ninja 250 was just out of the question. I mean, have you guys ever gone to a circus and seen footage of like a bear riding a bicycle? I shit you not, that's exactly what it was going to be like for me on a Ninja 250. Hold on, I gotta concentrate. And so I didn't want to do that to myself. I did not want to be the bear on the bicycle, you know, or at least not for free. So thankfully, I had a friend of mine, his name's Donnie. Donnie says, hey Larry, you know what? I got a bike, you know, it's an R1. It might be a little much for you skill-wise, but it's worth checking out. So I did. Man, these stoplights are giving me some stop and go practice for sure. Anyway, so yeah, I checked out his R1, and I liked his R1, even when it was beat. And we had to do a lot of maintenance and investigating or trial and error mechanics at Anna's father's garage. So that was, I guess, the beginning of my journey. And it was an important beginning because I learned a lot about the mechanics of a motorcycle. You know, I learned a lot about the wear and tear and the common things that I would probably have to fix when I owned the bike. I got to know a couple of different motorcycle dealerships. You know, I met a couple of good guys there at service shops. I even had some bad experiences with what I would call, you know, paying a little too much for the service that I did or did not get. And then I also met even more people because of having a bike that I, you know, needed to work on, that knew more about bikes, that have kind of, you know, taken me under their wing a little bit. That would be my friend Mason, XXX Deadhead. You know, actually a lot of people on YouTube even fill in that category. I can't tell you how many comments I've gotten, like, oh, Chanelinked, you know, it sounds like you're running on 3 cylinders. It sounds like this. It sounds like that. You know, you should check this out, or you're a neutral at the light, or you know, there's been a lot of support and feedback from the Chanelinked audience, that is, you know, made me feel really good and is giving me clues on what I need to be looking at or what I need to work on, or, you know, tutorials, and that's helped me along and that's helped me do very well. So thank you to every single person who's ever given me a thumbs up or a positive comment or any sort of feedback. You know, I even had some negative feedback, and it was from a person, I mean, I'll just go ahead and say it was, I think it's Moto Cafe X. I follow that person on Twitter, and also, you know, I check the comments that he writes on other people's videos from time to time. But his account didn't allow me to respond back to him directly, so I guess I'll just use this video. And so he was saying the problem that he had with Chanelinked, like my channel, was that I was sensationalizing my titles, and I was saying a lot of like, oh, I'm gonna die and this is gonna kill me and like that type of stuff. He said, you know, everything else was good, but he was saying that those two things kind of made him not like me as, or not enjoy my channel as much as he would have liked to. Is it fair to say that? So what I'll say is, you know what, I do sensationalize my titles, because I think it's more fun to be a little creative. Like, I try to get punny, more so than, hold on, I'm going a little fast for this though. So it's not so much that I want people to see my title and go, oh shit, you know, someone's gonna die in this video, let's watch it and give it 10 million views. I mean, I do have advertisements on my videos, but I promise you, no video that I've made on the Chanelinked channel has gotten, till now, more than like 2,000 views. You know, what's that, like $2 in AdSense revenue? You know, all I really want is for someone to watch the video and say, oh, I get it. I get the joke that he was trying to make. You know, I see the connection that he was going for. It's not so much that he was saying, oh, I'm going to die, you know, or sorry, it's not so much that he's saying this or he's saying that, but there's a joke inside the video that's hidden in the title. Sometimes the title literally means exactly what the video is, like Laguna Seca Memorial Day vlog. There's no joke in there whatsoever. Maybe there's an innuendo since we stopped at the James Dean Memorial, you know, so it's usually things like that. I really like finding little tiny ways to hide a cool little pun or wordplay. I've been doing it for years. Anyone who worked with me at Obsidian Entertainment, they know. Every time we did a food order and I got to order the food, I would always say something dumb, like if we were ordering hamburgers, the title of the email would say, hello, I would like you to meet Patty. Get it? Hamburger, meat patty. Okay, yeah. Did you groan? Well, so did everyone at that company. So, I mean, that's just one thing that I like to do. I like to kind of be funny. That was a big bug. Not big enough, though. And so as far as the I'm gonna die, as far as the like, oh, this is gonna kill me, and the way that I act sometimes in videos, you know what? 90% of the time, I am thinking that. Like, I'm thinking that, not that it's going to happen for sure, but I'm thinking like I'm going down a course of action that if I don't correct it, it could have a very, very bad effect on the longevity of my life. And so I often do it just as a reminder to myself that like, hey man, I need to take it easy on this corner, I need to slow down, or, you know, it's just a way to ground me back to what it is that I'm doing, which is riding a motorcycle, which is not a four-wheeled vehicle with a cage around it. It's a two-wheeled vehicle moving at a high rate of speed with very minimal protection. So it's just, I like to keep that kind of thing in mind. So yeah, those are the two things I guess I could say to Cafe Moto X, since I couldn't directly comment back to your account, and if you see this, you should check those settings, because I tried to respond to you right away. But yeah, that's essentially what I'm about. So I guess that brings us to today. Oh, I missed the 1,000 miles. But anyway, so yay, making my way downtown, walking fast, faces passing, I'm homebound, on my motorcycle. That's the only way you can make that song manly, and I still might have failed. But yeah, 1,000 miles, everyone. If you've been on this adventure with me, I thank you so much. You're so important to me. Every comment, every thumbs up, every thumbs down, every like, dislike, hate, feedback, video share, personal message, all of that is important to me, because I started this because I wanted to be a part of the motovlogging community. I saw the interaction between motovloggers and the commenters and supporters and motovloggers and other motovloggers. The creativity, excuse me, I needed to swallow. The creativity that some of these people put into their videos and the time and how good they get at editing. It's like we have some mini Scorseses out there. I won't say Michael Bay's because Michael Bay is like full of explosions and all kinds of stuff like that, and I don't really want to see all that on motovlogging channels. I want to see, but I do love, you know, editing with finesse and like great subject matter and content and tutorials, and this motovlogging community is fantastic. It's amazing, and it's just getting started, and I'm honored and I mean overjoyed to even be somewhat of a part of it. A very small part, but I'm a part of it. It makes me feel significant, it makes me feel appreciated, and I just wanted to return the significance and appreciation back to the community. So every now and then, or very often, because I love to say thanks to people who helped me, just thanks. It's been a wild ride. Chanelinked has been amazing, and this video is 10 minutes and 43 seconds long. So how about we do a wheelie? Just kidding. I haven't done any wheelie practice yet, but I mean maybe one day. So Chanelinked out. Peace, guys. Mwah, I love you. Ladies, gentlemen, I don't care. You know, all you guys are close, cousin close. You know, not brother, sister close, but I'll say cousin close. All right, guys, I'm gonna go back home. I want to watch a movie. Peace. If I could fall into the sky. Yeah, right, I don't know how to play that song.